What's stopping you from pursuing your dreams? If your answer is fear, then you're in the perfect place to start. Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're watching this, thank you for watching what is essentially my first video of the channel. And it has always been a passion of mine to start a YouTube channel. I was inspired by watching other creators post about their lives, stuff that they have been learning, or tips on starting a business online. And I've always been inspired to start my own channel as well. However, what has stopped me from starting a YouTube channel is this underlying notion that it had to be perfect. I had to create a perfect video. I had to know what I was going to be doing because I would like to do this long term, but I'm still uncertain of how I'm going to approach it and whether or not would even succeed or not. So essentially, this video is a message to myself and to anyone who is starting out. If you've always wanted to start a YouTube channel but felt fear about starting it, this is a message to you. And I'm speaking this more towards myself, but if this applies to you and this will help you, then I'm glad to help. What I've noticed is that there are three underlying fears that have prevented me from starting a YouTube channel. And perhaps one of these fears applies to you in whether starting a YouTube channel or wanting to start a project in your life. So I would like to explore these three fears and go over solutions that have helped me or could help you as well. The first fear is the fear of comparison. Going back to what I said earlier is that I've always been inspired by other creators sharing their passions, their projects, their goals online. However, I've noticed a underlining theme with these creators and with everyone in general who wants to start something great. People like Mr. Beast or Dan Coe or Alex Hormozi, they started out with their own fair share of problems. A good way to visualize this is by going to any YouTuber's page, scrolling all the way to the bottom if possible to their very first video and seeing the contrast between then and now. And you start to realize how much they have grown, and the same can apply to you as well. So rather than comparing myself with these other creators, I would rather continue to be inspired by them, to learn from them, to apply what they are doing and what I like about them and see how could I adapt them with my personality, with my talents, with anything that I have. And speaking of viewing others as a perfect standard to follow, it is also a battle of overcoming the fear of starting. So as much as I've always said that I would like to get started on creating videos and starting a YouTube channel, I was also waiting for the right moment to start it. I would often watch videos by Ali Abdaal and Dan Coe and start to learn like the tricks and tips on starting a YouTube channel and just creating content. But I've always had in the back of my mind that it wasn't enough. I needed to have the right equipment. I needed a camera. I needed to know how to edit with the editing software. And now that I'm sitting down, recording myself with a smartphone, following this outline, all of this is similar to like a video game. I have the basic equipment needed to start playing this game of content creation. And as much as I would like to have the higher XPs, high level equipment, like these other content creators have, I also know that they've spent either time or money into building these things. They didn't have it at first, but they've devoted their time, sometimes their money as well, into getting these high level equipment. If we want to get started but keep waiting for that high level equipment to just fall into our laps, then we're just delaying the potential that we could be at right now. I wish I could have started this earlier, but better late than never. I know that as time goes on and if you continue to put in your resource, your time, your willingness to fail and try again, then you're already setting yourself up for success in the long term. So it's better to start with the base level equipment, fail a couple of times, and then come out on top after trial and error. Speaking of the long term, this final fear is one that applies to everyone, the fear of uncertainty. Just taking a look outside into the state of the world and into our own personal lives, we see uncertainty everywhere. We don't know where the future is heading, and that can carry over into our own lives where we have to have everything sorted out. We have to have everything planned out, but at the same time, it's very difficult to do so, especially when you're just starting out. So instead of trying to ignore that uncertainty, welcome it. And not just to welcome it, but to also transform it into an opportunity to discover something new. And if it seems like too much to do so every day, just focus on one day. Focus on doing one task, one small goal, one milestone. It could just be recording yourself. And then later on, you'll be able to edit it or just upload it as is. Save it till next day to upload it. Let's say the worst case scenario happens, because as a realist, sometimes it's very easy to be pessimistic, especially with the state of the world. However, when you really sit down and think over the worst case scenarios, oftentimes those worst case scenarios aren't as bad as they seem, especially if you write it down and make it vocal. You start to realize that in order to reach the highs, you have to go through the low valleys. I believe this quote was from an economist. I'm not sure who said it specifically, but what their quote really resounds to me. And that quote is that you have to be realistic in the short term, but optimistic in the long term. It's better to just focus on the short term, be real, have a plan, have a strategy, and be optimistic in the future that you don't need to have it all planned out. Just plan out for 1 year at most and write out what you would like to become 10 years from now. Like the ideal version of your goals, yourself, whatever it is you're working on right now. So yeah, I recorded this video to help out anyone who wants to start out, but is letting their fear prevent them from starting. Hopefully, if any of these fears apply to you, I hope that this video was of help. And of course, it's not going to be easy. This video is a testament to that I fumbled some of my words, and it may not be the best quality, but at least I'm starting out. At least I'm starting, and I hope that you will start as well, whatever you are working on right now. If you would like to share whatever it is you're working on right now, please drop a comment and share what is that one small action you're going to be taking today. I've already shared my small action through this video, and I encourage you, whether it's starting a YouTube channel, working on your goals, or just becoming a better version of yourself, to not let fear stop you, but embrace it and overcome it. So thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Adios.